Number 3 here. He's set. Here it comes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Grounded down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Popped up. A fossil in foul ground. And no one will track it down.
Hey, right guy. No one's better up there, kid.
And this one's in the dirt, and he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2.
Right guy, right place. Here we go.
And he struck him out. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see so a runner at second, 2 down now, and into bat next will be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Texas down to their final strike in this one. Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. The catch is made, and the A's will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over.
Well, it's getting more and more common in baseball now these days to use a ton of pitchers to get through a game, and it took 6 here to get the job done, but hey, they'll do whatever they can to get a W.
And it's a 10-9 final at the end of this one. The A's put a 10 spot on the scoreboard in this one. Sergio Romo earns the victory out of the bullpen, his 5th. Trevor Rosenthal.
It ain't for the weight loss. Matter of fact, trying to be the cake boss. Fill up the bag to the brim right there. Standing in the shine, make it dim right there. Gospel truth, got his hand right there. That boy stay by the rim right there. Step my dough just like it's philo. Tell the Uber pick me up on Pico. Yeah, got some in the back like some mosquitoes, and I never play myself. You getting body on the placebo. These C-notes getting them looser than that's how it is. And primo is the feeling when this trio get down to biz. I heard you need a hit. Got the gloves, you been ollie with the slip. Shower me with love, already bathing in drip. This ain't a skip, blue chip on the mission, finna dip. Pole position, little. Been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time, love it. Haters been a long time running. It don't matter, they ain't catching up at all, I promise. It's been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time, love it. Putting up some all-time numbers, hang the banner, they ain't catching up at all, I promise. I ain't never falling for no pump fake, yeah. Everybody know y'all like the funk fake, yeah. They want sticking with me like some duct tape. Coming easy to me, do that in one take, yeah. Got a mask in, where your mask is. This is really me, the cat been out the bag. And long as the world's spinning on its axis.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Looking first at the NL East, the Milwaukee Brewers picked up 14 hits in total as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 9-5. In other Brewers news, the team has completed a trade and have acquired catcher Max McDowell and shortstop Wilkerman Garcia from the New York Yankees. And in return, they'll send relief pitcher Brent Suter, according to team reports. The Los Angeles Dodgers amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Fish in Miami 8-1. In other Marlins news, the club has made a trade in which they'll receive starting pitcher Eric Pardinho from the Toronto Blue Jays and will send back relief pitcher Dylan Floro, according to team sources. In more news from the boys in blue, catcher Will Smith is headed to the injured list for at least the next 10 days. He's dealing with a dislocated shoulder. The Phillies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 8-3. The Buccos combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Braves 2-1. Also out of Pittsburgh, catcher Jacob Stallings could potentially get traded in the near future as he's currently being shopped around to other teams. It's possible the Nationals could be among the interested parties. The San Diego Padres totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 7-6. In other Nationals news, the organization has struck a deal. They'll acquire catcher Christian Vasquez from the Boston Red Sox. Going the other way, starting pitcher Seth Romero and relief pitcher Steven Fuentes, according to multiple sources. Asdrubal Cabrera collected a total of 4 driven in, leading the D-backs over the Rockies 5-1. Evan Longoria had a big fly with 5 driven in, leading San Francisco over the Redbirds 7-2. The Tampa Bay Rays held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they bested the visiting Indians 3-2. In other Rays news, the club has made a trade and have acquired starting pitcher Brett Anderson from the Milwaukee Brewers. And in return, they'll send center fielder Johnny Dennis and 2 additional players. The Toronto Blue Jays put together 10 total hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 12-4. In other Orioles news, second baseman Ramon Urias will be out of action for the next couple of days. For now, it's just a bruised shin. In other Blue Jays news, the team has completed a trade and have acquired first baseman Yandy Diaz from the Tampa Bay Rays. In return, Tampa gets starting pitcher Trent Thornton, according to team reports. The Reds hit 3 long balls as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 8-4. In other Royals news, the club has made a trade in which they'll receive starting pitcher Jose Rodriguez from the Los Angeles Angels. In exchange, the Halos receive first baseman Carlos Santana, according to team sources. In other Reds news, the team has announced a trade where they will receive third baseman Jerome Driscoll from the New York Yankees. And in return, they'll send relief pitcher Sean Doolittle, according to multiple sources. The Chicago White Sox combined for 4 total home runs as they pulverized the Twins 10-1. In other Twins news, starting pitcher Michael Pineda has been placed on the 10-day injured list. They say it's a torn pectoral muscle. The Houston Astros combined for 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 6-4. The Halos pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they beat the visiting Red Sox 4-3. Kyle Seager grabbed 3 base knocks, helping lead the Mariners over the Yankees 4-3. In other Yankees news, the organization has struck a deal. They'll acquire relief pitcher Cam Bedrosian from the Cincinnati Reds. In exchange, Cincinnati receives starting pitcher Alexander Vizcaino, according to confirmed sources. The Texas Rangers racked up 11 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Tigers 3-0. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
I know.
Since you love me, hey, I'm guessing I'ma be okay. Since you feel me now, I feel like I'ma live somehow.
Your love never meant much to me. Love never meant much to me. Your love never meant much to me.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting in the National League West, Kevin Gausman got the W, his 11th this season, leading the Cardinals to a win over San Francisco, 4-3. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. Also out of San Francisco, the club has made a trade and have acquired starting pitcher Stephen Gingery and third baseman Nolan Gorman from the St. Louis Cardinals, and will send back starting pitcher Kevin Gausman, according to team reports. The Dodgers knocked out 12 hits as a team as they manhandled the Marlins 11-5. Also from Miami, the club has made a trade in which they'll receive shortstop Marwin Gonzalez from the Boston Red Sox. Going the other way, starting pitcher Edward Cabrera, according to multiple sources. In other Dodgers news, starting pitcher Clayton Kershaw will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. The Rockies sent 3 balls into the seats as they were winners in extras against the Diamondbacks 7-6. In other Diamondbacks news, the team has completed a trade and have acquired right fielder Nicholas Castellanos from the Cincinnati Reds. In exchange, Cincinnati receives center fielder Jake McCarthy, according to team sources. In other news out of Colorado, the organization has struck a deal. They'll acquire center fielder Michael Taylor from the Kansas City Royals. In return, Kansas City gets first baseman C.J. Cron, according to confirmed sources. The Washington Nationals got 12 hits in this one as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park, 8-2. Also in Padres news, left fielder Ben
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I go by the name of Phil Augusta Jackson. This is the Redondo.
Inside the Show. And now your host, Justin Allegri.
Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside.
Inside the Show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Starting in the American League Central, the Twins had 12 hits as a team as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 7-1. The Royals knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 8-4. The Orioles grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 5-4. In other news from Baltimore, center fielder Austin Hayes is listed as day-to-day but is not expected to see any time on the IL. He's dealing with stiffness in his back. The Philadelphia Phillies picked up 14 hits in total as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 8-1. The win was their 7th in a row. Jared Walsh picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame as Tampa Bay rolled past the Blue Jays 6-4. Also from Tampa Bay, the team has announced a trade where they will receive center fielder Starling Marte from the Miami Marlins. In exchange, Miami receives catcher Davey Grullon and center fielder Michael Gigliotti, according to multiple sources. In other news from Toronto, starting pitcher Robbie Ray is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a flexor strain in his arm. The Astros got 12 hits in this one as they defeated the visiting Yankees 10-9. In other Astros news, left fielder Michael Brantley is reportedly being made available to other teams in the trade market. The Dodgers are rumored to be in the mix for his services. In other news from the Bronx, the club has made a trade in which they'll receive right fielder Gregory Polanco from the Pittsburgh Pirates. In return, the Steel City gets relief pitcher Michael King, according to team sources. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim knocked out 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the Seattle Mariners 4-0. In other Mariners news, second baseman Sam Haggerty will be out of action for at least 10 days as he's been placed on the injured list. A torn shoulder muscle is the diagnosis to this point. The Rangers pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 3-1. The Miami Marlins broke up their 5-game losing skid as they took down the visiting Braves 6-1. In other Marlins news, the club has made a trade and have acquired center fielder Alek Thomas from the Arizona Diamondbacks. In exchange, Arizona receives first baseman Jesus Aguilar, according to team reports. Marcus Stroman picked up win number 8 this year as the Mets bested the Pirates 6-3. He is among the NL leaders in shutouts. In other news from Queens, second baseman Jonathan Villar is being made available to other teams in the trade market, according to multiple sources. A possible landing spot for him could be the nation's capital. In other news from Pittsburgh, catcher Jacob Stallings is reportedly being shopped around to other teams and could be on the move in the near future. It's possible the Nationals could be among the interested parties. The Cardinals combined for a 4-hitter as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 1-0. Also in Cubbies news, starting pitcher Dan Winkler will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a pulled muscle in his leg. The Brew Crew got 11 hits overall as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 7-6. The Arizona Diamondbacks totaled 13 hits as a team as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 8-3. The Friars totaled 11 hits as they toppled the Rockies 7-0. The San Francisco Giants combined to allow only 4 hits as they bested the visiting Nats 5-2. In other Giants news, catcher Kurt Casale will be out of action for the next couple of days. He's working through a finger strain. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors.
Came alive. At the same time, I play my got bad. Literally, I would live lonely inside. On the physical side, all my miracles died. 2012, guess that plan didn't go well. Out my shell, still I'm living in. Yeah, it was written from God. It was gifted to give you a story that ain't hard to tell. 2013, far from a preteen. The scene that I had to chase my dreams, making anything that the world has not seen or heard. With my words like verbs, curve. 2014, when I turned 19, singing R.I.P. to my big bone tree and my girl TT. When she down, now I'm back on road. Cause I couldn't come round to the funeral. Let a whole year pass. Made an EP and the fans got mad. A lot of issues that a young man had. Just 2 years shy of a high school grad. 2016 when the boy got me. ULT, you better than my G's. Around the same time I'm at.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets. Alongside Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and guys, the Metropolitans played well in the series so far, winning the first 2 in this 3-game set.
Yeah, and to sweep this team right here would be a huge momentum boost. It is not easy to sweep a series. I don't care if it's 3 games or 4 games. I think back to Bobby Cox. His big thing was you just want to win series. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. But when you have a chance to sweep a team, you have to take advantage of it.
Taijuan Walker will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
You know, Matt, the results always haven't been good with Taijuan Walker, and I have a slogan with Taijuan Walker. I'm going to give up on Taijuan Walker when he gives up on himself. A big, strong guy, still has a good arm, good enough fastball with some velo. His off-speed pitches are good enough. It's about confidence, and if Taijuan Walker can find it, he'll take it to that next level.
Lindor is there. One pitch, one out. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that number 2 spot. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this guy hit in clutch situations. It's like he takes a deep breath and everything stops in front of him. He plays like the Zen man.
A 2-0 count to the Bucs center fielder. And we should see some 90s as we go forward. 88 degrees, our game time temperature. Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. VR is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. Ke'Bryan Hayes digging in now. 2 hits and 13 at-bats in the series so far. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. This is on the ground over to first. Reined in. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. And now the Rick Porcello gets the ball in game 3 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
And guys, as we take a look at the Pirates coming into this afternoon, they came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, Dero, I think one of the things you want to do, you get to the 3rd game, you'd like to win this series and finish it off by winning game 3. It's always nice to win a series, whether it's at home or on the road, so this is a big one for this ball club.
But this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1. With a moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, I'm really going to have to keep a close eye on Brandon Nimmo. He's really had a heck of a year in the power categories, slugging over 500 coming into this one. That means almost every time he's hitting the ball, he's hitting it hard somewhere. Should be fun to watch.
So now to the plate, Jonathan VR, as he sends it on the ground to first. Will shuffle it on over to Porcello covering for the out. So here is Dominic Smith. He's hitless in the first 2 games of the series, 0 for 8. Infield in the overshift here, now the pitch. Line shot to third, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets. So now into the box is Chris Davis, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Today's contest is, of course, the finale of the series, and the home side has dominated so far. They've got the opportunity to complete the sweep with a win in this one.
You know, and it's not an easy thing to complete a sweep, particularly in this day and age where the games and the teams are so competitive. So a sweep at home would be extra special.
And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Lindor backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
Here's the defensive alignment for the New York Metropolitans. And this team, they're not going to be moving around as much as some of the new age teams. The shifting and moving the third baseman over second base and the right fielder to play third base. This is going to be your stationary team, trusting pitchers to execute pitches.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
So here's Adam Frazier as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. Cut fastball misses downstairs, and it's 2-0 now.
Clearly working the bottom of the zone, trying to get a ground ball for a double play.
Lifted down the line in left, and no one will track it down. Ball 3-1.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
And that one yanked just foul. No score here as we play inning number 2. Swing, and he launches this one to deep left field. Smith is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. Now at the plate here is Eric Gonzalez. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 1-2. Here it comes. Liner toward right center. That gets down, and the inning will continue. Moran rounds the corner and is headed home. The tag, and he is out at the plate. So much for our first run of the ball game. 1 left for Pittsburgh. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. He appeared as a pinch hitter in yesterday's contest. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. He's got it. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup. And one of the main backbones for them out on the field today is the guy behind the dish. He controls the entire flow of the game, manipulates the pitching staff, gets them through the game, and not only that, completely shuts down a running game.
And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300, so clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. High fly ball out to deep right field. Alford looking up. Gone! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 13 for him on the year, and the Mets are on the board first, 1-0.
Dan, you see the guy out on the mound. He's pitching with bad body language right there. There's blood in the water for a lot of these hitters.
You know, D-Row, you have to make up your mind when you run out there. You're going to do one of 2 things. You're going to be the hunter or the huntee. And right now, they're hunting this guy.
So here's Pete Alonso. As the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. He'll enter play here at an even 250. 24 home runs and 75 RBIs. Porcello's ready. Here it is on 0-1. Ball 1. We're in the second. 1-0 Mets early on. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
The offensive game plan today is certainly to see the ball up. This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
Bounced on the ground and right at the shifted infielders. In time to first, and there are 2 away. So next to bat will be J.D. Davis. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the AB on its way. Now here's one high and deep to left. If it stays fair, it's gone. And he just couldn't keep that ball fair as it winds up a long foul ball.
You could tell he wants that pitch back. That was a changeup right there that he handled nicely. Just got a hair early on and hooked it foul.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Mets draw first blood thanks to this solo home run. We've played 2. It's 1-0 Mets. Digging in will be Jacob Stallings. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws. And here now is Wilmer Defoe. Base knock to the outfield, could score the tying run from second. Popped him up. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out. So stepping in is Ke'Bryan Hayes, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Comes set, the 0-1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
He is in complete command out on the mound today. He's got all 4 corners locked.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the third out. Couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard.
Welcome back as the Mets prepare for their third turn batting in this one. And fans of the Metropolitans have been treated to quite a bit of production from this lineup so far this year. They're currently near the top of the league in team batting average, so more often than not, they're going to give opposing pitchers a tough matchup. One player told me before the game they have a solid group of guys in this lineup, but that they also owe a lot of credit to the coaching staff for working tirelessly with them every day to get them ready and keep improving. Really seems to be a total team effort, guys.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, James McCann. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Chopped in front of home plate. And that's out number 1. Now to the back to the top of the order now, and ready to bat next, the Wyoming native Brandon Nimmo. Hit on the ground to third. Scooped up, and the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. So it striding in is Ke'Bryan Hayes. He flew out in his last AB. First pitch here is hit off to the right side and fouled. It's strike 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. Here's Chris Davis now. Flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
2-0 now. Now the pitch. Lets it fly 2-0, but this one's by him for the first strike. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times, you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that'll bring up Colin Moran. A ball and no strikes. A count of 1-1 to the Pirates' first baseman. Oh, double play ball to second. 4. Throw won't get him.
Wow, this manager must be pulling his hair out. Not only does he have to deal with this pitcher walking people, now he's got to deal with his defense tripping all over themselves.
Up next for the Buccos, Adam Frazier. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. From the stretch. Davis over at second. Moran at first, 1 gone. Hanging curveball taken, though, for a second strike.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
And he'll get back in safely. Low-scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way to say it. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
And that'll bring up Eric Gonzalez as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors so far for the Pirates. Now a foul tip that's held onto at the plate, and the count moves to 1-2 now.
Not too many guys taking the mound today with this good a split. Look at the downward action on that thing. It's fallen off the table.
The count now at 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And a pitch down that's swung on and sent to second base. Throw on to first is in time, and that snuffs out the Bucco rally as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. At the plate now is Jonathan Villar. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Runs up and gets this one down. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here.
Now back, left fielder, Dominic Smith.
Next up is Dominic Smith. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error in the game for the Mets thus far. 1-2 to Dominic Smith. Little slide step action there, Dan.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
Got caught lunging there as this one's fouled away. Now another 1-2.
Oh, that's out.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game. And the Mets open things up here. It's now 4-1.
second home run of the game right there. He is locked in at the plate. You hear so many of today's players talk about rhythm and timing. Well, he is perfectly on time in the heart of the zone.
Now here's the Pirates manager up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And that's going to be all now for Rick Porcello. Just 5 innings of work for him here as he really never found his rhythm in this one. Cody Ponce will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year. And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Just manages to foul that fastball off to the left, and he's in a hole now, down 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Nope, outside.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. Still hanging with him, another good swing to keep it going. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And it's fouled away. Outside and a full count, 3-2.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitch.
Swung on and hit in the air again, deep down the left field line. Meanwhile now, this is a fair ball down the line in left, and that ought to be good for extra bases.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Jeff McNeil will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning. We'll flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. First pitch coming, here it is, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in the zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
Outside, 3-0 now.
This is a spot you like to be in as a good hitter. Runners in scoring position and count leverage in your favor.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
Pete Alonso is at the plate as he watches ball 1. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike. Lindor on second. McNeil at first with no outs. Line towards center field. That's in there. Base hit. And they'll add one more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game. So the base hit drives home their 3rd run of the inning and adds to his season total as we check out the league leaders in RBIs. And as you see there, he's sitting in 2nd place in the National League in that department. J.D. Davis the next at bat. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. Now the 1-0. Count now a ball and a strike. 3 runs already home here. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. Next up, James McCann. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning.
Now McCann with a swing and a deep drive to left. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. 4th home run for him on the season, as this is now a 7-run ball game. The long ball is playing in this one. That was the 4th blast of the game so far for this lineup. Dan, Dero, what are your thoughts on what they're doing as a team so far?
Matty V, Dero, I don't know what you think, but this is like crazy. 4th round tripper of the game so far.
They're missing over the heart of the plate, not using the quadrants. In the hitters meeting, they focused on this stuff. They thought these guys could miss middle, and that's exactly what's happening.
Michael King gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Into the box, Taijuan Walker. Ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. Swing and a liner. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3.
He came to play today, not just only on the bump right there. He's thrown the ball well, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's able to contribute and help this offense put itself in position to score some more runs.
And here's the former 1st-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. Fouled straight back. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Here comes the 0-1. Well off the inside that time as the sinker misses for a ball. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
On the ground to short. This could be 2. To Frazier at the bag. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. Next to hit, Jonathan Villar. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now the first pitch. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. 2 out with the man at first. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Line, but speared on a hop. On to first, and it's in time as they're finally able to retire him. All told, 10 men come to the plate here. 6 of them score. 7th inning coming up. Mets out in front, 8.
Number 46 with
Michael Perez will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. He's set and the pitch. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. Nimmo is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Anthony Alford struck out in his last trip to the plate. 1-0 the count. Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now. 2-0. The Mets are maintaining a slim lead in the late going of this series finale, so if they can wrap it up, they'll complete the series sweep.
Hey, Matt, what a great spot to be in. You're playing good baseball. You're going for the sweep, and you're leading by a few runs going into the later innings. Now it's just time to close the deal.
Here's a topper fouled off to the right, and that'll even the count at 2-2. And even sweeter, of course, is getting that series sweep in your own ballpark in front of the home faithful. So we'll see if they can send these fans home happy.
No doubt about it. Fan base is excited. They're all out in full force. coming to the ballpark hoping to witness a sweep, and it looks pretty good at this point.
Here now the 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Pirates lead 1. Can't cut into that 8-6 deficit. David Bednar is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Bottom of the inning now, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Pete Alonso. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. High and deep down the left field line. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
J.D. Davis is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. And some action now in the Pirates bullpen. They've got a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. On the ground, softly towards second. He's got it. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Next to stand in is James McCann. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here.
Well, Matt, this is one of the problems. This guy's a good fastball, particularly low fastball hitter. It doesn't matter how hard or how low you throw it. That's right into this wheelhouse. What you want to do with this guy is move the ball from the belt up to get him to chase something that maybe he'll pop up in the infield.
Comes set with the 0-1. Here's a breaking ball outside, and now it's even 1-1. Now the pitch. Oh, straightened him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now.
Hey, this guy has come in and just done his job. Period. The end. Chance to toss a scoreless inning right here with 2 down. They're only down 2. A bloop and a blast, and this game's tied.
Defoe able to track it down for the 3rd out. Mets go down 1-2-3. The lead stands pat at 8-6. So now to the plate, Wilmer Defoe singled in his last at-bat.
Always a tall task trying to rally back in the late innings, but I think this game could still turn quickly. A leadoff runner on base right here could be huge to get something going.
Shane Green comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Number 19, Shane Green.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. And it's quickly 0-2. 0-2 count, and the pitch down the third baseline. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Here's another 0-2. Didn't threaten the zone there. Looked like it might have actually popped out of his hand a little early. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So next to hit is Ke'Bryan Hayes. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. No balls and 1 strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Line to the right side, but this will wind up a foul ball. Strike 2. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. McCann has it, and the throw is made to record the second out of the inning.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you're bouncing in the dirt, and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Chris Davis next to bat. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And gone up into the second deck. A solo shot here to left, and it's now an 8-7 ball game. Well, if you're just joining us, that's the 7th home run hit so far in this game. Really unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, Matt, it's always tough to score runs here with this big ballpark in Citi Field. Heck, D-Roll, they've moved the fences in a couple of different times here to make it easier for the Mets hitters.
You know, this has been such an impressive hitting performance today by this offense, considering the fact that we're in Citi Field, although aesthetically pleasing, not for an offensive ball play.
Into the box now, Colin Moran. Yanked hard, but foul to the right. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1.
Obviously, this pitching staff doesn't care this batter went deep earlier in the game because they are attacking him. 2 pitches right in his zone.
Pittsburgh down to their last strike. A punch out to end it, and the Mets finish the job and complete the series sweep of their rivals at home.
Well, that's not exactly how you draw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect the save.
A close one, 8-7 is how it finishes today. The New York Mets get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Taijuan Walker earned his 5th win of the year. Shane Green records the save, his 1st of the year. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious New York Mets, 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the Pirates, 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher is Taijuan Walker.